Bonani, Thokozani. Hello, guys. So, I had a thought the other day that I just have to share with you. um, and I don't know if it was, I don't think it was like a new realization, but I think I had an evolved perspective on this particular thing that I already knew. And that's why it landed in me the way that it did. And I think that my ancestors as well, my guiding ancestors and my guiding spirits, I think they also were part of the conversation in that moment. And that's why it landed in the way that it did, right? So the other day, I was just having one of those moments where I was just feeling very, very grateful to God and my ancestors and my guiding spirits for all of the things that they were supporting me through during that time. Just all of the things that they were supporting me in doing and achieving. And I was just soaking up this, I was just soaking in gratitude. I was just soaking in gratitude. And I was also just like bragging to myself that, man, my ancestors, they did the whole rest in peace thing, right? But man, they did not, and they are not sleeping. And I was just celebrating them within myself. The not dying goes without saying, but I was just celebrating how they did not pass over just to rest. They passed over to still like really, really show up for me, and well, for my whole family really, but this is about me. How they did not just like say, okay, we're done, we're resting, bye. And because some ancestors do that. Some ancestors are like, okay, deuces, we're gone. So I was just like celebrating with him, and you guys really do the most for me, and I'm just really, really grateful. And in that moment, I had this realization that, part of why they are able to do the things that they are able to do for me is because I am such a dreamer. It's because I have the ambitions that I have. It's because I don't sleep on myself. It's because I actually want the very best for myself. And for them to keep up with me, and for them to fulfill the task of looking after Umsamo by looking after me as a part of Umsamo, they have to stay strong for the types of dreams that I have. They have to remain well for the types of desires that I have. And more importantly, they have to remain in the light of the Creator for the types of dreams that I have. And more importantly, they have to keep ascending for the type of growth that I want to achieve. And I realized in that moment that me wanting growth is forcing them to grow even more. Me wanting to be strong is forcing them to be even stronger. And I'm gonna, okay, let me like take a step back and make this now about us, which is part of why I'm sharing it. I think, we talk a lot about, there's lots of conversations, I guess, about how to appease your ancestors, how to appease your ancestral homestead, and how to appease your lineage. And there's all sorts of rituals that are done for that. And there's all sorts of internal work that is suggested you do for that. And I think it becomes forgettable that the mere fact that you're dreaming, the mere fact that you have these ambitions and these goals, the mere fact that you want to be successful, whatever successful looks like to you, the mere fact that you really want goodness for yourself, that as well, that seemingly tiny thing, which is actually a big thing, because do we not sweat and go through the most for our dreams? That desire is such an enormous offering to your ancestors. It's such an enormous offering of energy to your ancestors. It's such an enormous offering of inspiration. Because if they are to remain connected to you, and if they are to fulfill the task of being your guardians, they have to catch up with all of these dreams that you have in your heart. And that in itself is a ritual that appeases your ancestors. Because every time that you are like, no, I want to get to the next level of me. I want to get to the next level of my job. I want to get to the next level of whatever it is that I do in this life. I want more. I want to grow. I want to take it to the next level. You are automatically saying to them, okay, guys, it's time for you to ascend again. Okay, guys, it's time for you to expand. Okay, guys, it's time for you to get stronger, you know? And that in itself is a ritual. That in itself, you dreaming, genuinely believing in yourself, genuinely wanting the best for yourself, that in itself is an ancestral ritual that blesses your ancestors with energy to keep growing. They feed off that. They feed off these dreams that you have. And what's beautiful is that you have these dreams as well, because they are inspiring you and telling you how great you can actually be. So you also feeding off of that. You also feeding off their strength. And that strength then causes like this growth of ambition in you, or this ongoing growth of ambition in you. And that goes back to feed them. Because, hey, our child wants to be the CEO of that company, guys. We've got to work. Our child wants to be the manager of this. We got to work. Our child wants to publish a book, y'all. We have to grow. And again, I think the most important thing is that in all of this, they have to remain connected. They have to remember. They have to remain connected and remember the light of the Creator. Because these things will not be able to happen for you if bona abeko ekanyeng. And I just think that is the most beautiful thing. And I think it's so easy to forget. I think it's a detail that is so significant and that is easy to forget. The most important ritual, or one of the most important rituals for you to perform daily, is the ritual of not sleeping on yourself, because that's going to keep your ancestors awake all the time. As soon as idlozi lakho lilala, it's possibly because you're also sleeping on yourself. Don't sleep on yourself. Dream, believe. Uphold these ambitions that you have for yourself. Give them this food of your wanting fulfillment. That is part of how you keep them alive. Thokozani.